There are genocide memorial sites everywhere in Rwanda. At Songa, on the roadside. At Kabgayi, by the first colonial monastery. At Kwibuka, in the stadium. At Butari, in the university where teaching staff killed their own students and colleagues. At Nyarirambo, on the outskirts of the capital city. And at Nyanza, where several thousand frightened Tutsi were slaughtered as the UN they had sought shelter with left them at the mercy of their killers. In churches, those still functioning, and those where bones lie on the floor, waiting for someone to give their existence some meaning. And so, genocide is everywhere. If this were not difficult enough, today hundreds of thousands of killers are either in jail awaiting trial or living in their houses in impunity. Here in these mass graves in Gisozi, since 2001 the dead have been gathered up from shallow graves, from roadside hedgerows and forest undergrowth, and then buried alongside each other, around 250,000 people. Very few of these coffins contain the remains of a single person, stacked up with rough dignity. Some contain the dislocated fragments of up to 30 people, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, locked in their crowded tomb. On the slopes of the hillside at Gisozi were once the rotting clothes of exhumed corpses, some with bones still in the clothes they once wore. And not 50 meters away, the near-completed memorial building designed to tell the story of the genocide, with neither artifacts nor images to tell that haunting narrative.
Je suis allé rendre visite à Nottingham, j'ai vu Beth Shalom Museum et je me suis dit pourquoi ne pas faire un contrat avec eux. À ce moment, je n'avais aucun sou, mais je me disais que je vais trouver l'argent. Ils ont accepté, nous avons signé un memorandum of understanding. Et puis dans le memorandum, nous avons mis qu'ensemble, Registre Trust et la ville de Kigali, nous allons mobiliser l'argent.
Memorials such as this play a number of roles. First of all, for survivors, they provide a place where survivors can remember their loved ones with a measure of dignity. Also for the wider community, and young people in particular, who can learn about how and why the Holocaust or genocide happens and what we can do to prevent it from occurring again.
Here in the Holocaust Center Beth Shalom in the UK, over 500 children come every week to learn what it is that happened in the Holocaust. And I think that is exactly what should be happening in our memorials in Rwanda.
I was born in Poland, in a town called Piotrków.
Here, every day, there is a survivor. They teach the lessons to the younger generation. We should be developing museums, exhibitions that tell the story and that teaches children and young generation what it is that happened, the ideology behind the genocide, and what can be done to prevent genocide. And I think Rwandans should use Beth Shalom as a model.
When the government of Rwanda and the mayor of Kigali invited the Aegis Trust to work with them to help develop the memorial sites, it was both a challenge and an honour to work with them and with the survivors to not only build the places physically, but to struggle together to examine how this dreadful memory can be used positively to combat the ideology of genocide and to help reconstruct and rebuild Rwanda.
Very often in front of the word museum comes either permanent or static. This museum is neither permanent nor static. It's a dynamic conversation between this community and that building. And what will happen is, I would hope, is that when we come back after 15 years after the genocide, 20 years after the genocide, 25 years after the genocide, if you find the same museum there, I shall be very disappointed. It's got to change, it's got to evolve, it's got to emerge with the narrative that comes out of the people that are flowing through it.
Et je transforme le mémorial de Kigali en musée vivant. C'est ce que vous voyez ici. Je me disais que je ne saurais pas comment les remercier. Ils ont transformé l'idée, la vision de la ville de Kigali en réalité.
Memorials bring respect to the dead, but are not just about the past. Survivors today are deeply wounded. Memorials are an acknowledgement of their loss.
It's first of all a place of remembrance, it's a place of reflection, and it is also a place where the truth is demonstrated, and the truth is the basis, the foundation of justice, justice which is itself the only foundation on which you can build a new society.
Ubwo rero jyewe iyo mpaje mpaza mpasanga abanjye mpaza nk'uko najya gusura umuntu w'umuryango. Aha rero habaye umuryango mugari, ni umuryango mugari w'abantu barokotse jenoside, kuko abo twahashyinguye ubu niho iwabo, ubwo rero natwe niho iwacu. Kuri jyewe rero aha ni mu muryango.
Uru rwibutso runyibutsa byinshi. Nduzi kuva mu mwaka w'2001 igihe twashyinguraga bwa mbere, ntabwo ari uko nguko hari hateye, ariko ukuntu hateye ubu ngubu bigaragara yuko ari ahantu hazamara imyaka myinshi kandi akatwigisha byinshi, akigisha abana tuzabyara, akigisha abavuye imihanda yose, amahanga, akigisha abanyamahanga, ndetse akanababwira n'ibyabaye ku itsembabwoko ryabaye mu Rwanda.
C'est un centre qui m'a rendu mon enfance et mon passé, parce que les Boers avaient arraché tout ça chez moi. Alors je n'avais plus de chez moi, je n'avais plus de l'endroit de chez mon mari, donc je n'avais plus d'enfance, plus de passé. Et avec Gisozi, je retrouve les miens vivants, avec leurs photos. C'est comme si je revoyais leur sourire, c'est comme si je revoyais leur bonheur, leur joie. Donc je viens ici vraiment en famille, et comme s'ils étaient encore vivants. C'est un endroit que j'adore beaucoup, qui me donne une impression de les avoir éternisés, parce qu'ils ne sont pas morts ici, ils sont encore vivants et ils le seront pour toujours.
Perhaps when the value of life is once again elevated, it will diminish fear, so that young people can trust each other and build a foundation for reconciliation and democracy.
It will take generations for Rwanda to not to forget, but to be secured, for people to trust each other again, to live together as one again, the way they used to. The impact of this is too great, yeah. But I hope things will get better. I hope this will teach people, yeah.
It will be educating young generation, young children to know what has happened in the past, so that we can find together to build the country together without hatred or wars or genocide anymore. So it gives hope for the future, and no matter who you are, whether you're Tutsi or Hutu, it will be teaching about peace. So it's a hope of peace for our country.
It's very important because memorial site is for us the best place to educate people in order to prevent genocide from happening again.
Zitawe umunsi cyo navuga ngewe nabonye ukuntu Genocide yatangiye n'abantu bayitangiye nyine ko bayitangiye batandukanya abantu, kandi ikindi navugaho nuko twebwe tugomba kubona turi umuntu umwe yaba ari umutu, yaba ari umututsi, yaba ari umutwa, mbese turi abantu bamwe ntacyo tutandukaniyeho.
Byanyunguye ko yuko nagomba mu gukurikiza biriya by'ibihuha ngo ndareke nyine biriya by'ivangura. Ibyo byanyunguye, abatunga n'abaza bakirebera nyine bakabona ko ibintu byari bimeze, akabona ko byari bibi, bahitamo gukora ibyiza.
Ko umuntu yakwirinda amacakubiri, inda nini n'ishyari.
Inama natanga kugira ngo abantu bashobore kurwanya Genocide ni uko abantu bose bagomba kuba kimwe n'ibitandukanye. Abanyarwanda bose ni Abanyarwanda, apana ibintu by'amoko.
Memorials are also important for the international community and for policymakers to reflect on our past failures to prevent genocide and about our responsibility to protect those who remain under threat, both now and in the future.
My name is Inga Verhaert and I'm a member of the Belgian Parliament. My impression of this museum is that it has been very well laid out. It tells a very human story of an inhuman problem, and it is so important that lots of people get to see this, especially younger people, because if we don't know the history, we are doomed, all of us, to repeat it.
Last month we had a very extraordinary meeting. The members of parliament from the Great Lakes region and the Horn of Africa were here, and we took them to Gisozi site, which to us was very educative and brought the genocide in picture. Some people think 10 years after, it's a long time, but when they visit these sites, which you've contributed to, it brings the genocide into memory again, it makes it real, and makes it fresh.
Those who have never been to Rwanda do not know what genocide is. The scale of genocide and the purpose is what distinguishes genocide from other crimes.
We try as an organization and as an embassy to take all our visitors to Gisozi as one of the first elements of the program here. The first day or the second day we organize for them to visit Gisozi, and I think all of them that have been there so far have been really grateful that we have done this.
This memorial is a testimony to the agony that the Rwandan people went through in 1994.
It's the message it gives, that this bad act of genocide was committed in Rwanda, and what's important today is to ensure that such a thing doesn't happen in Rwanda or other places in Africa.
Genocide is not an event. Genocide is a process. It can virtually be predicted. You can see it. Therefore, genocide is preventable. I hope the experience of Rwanda shows to all of us that genocide can be prevented. We are all guilty. The world could have done more. General Dallaire said if he was given authority, not even the means, he wanted authority, he would have ended the genocide. We can learn from the guilt of the world.
Obviously, there is need for further contributions to keep it alive and to keep it part of society. I think it's also important to make sure that new documents are integrated into the center, and that also costs something.
So we need to understand the unique experience that this country has gone through. I hope the world will prevent another Rwanda in future.
The Kigali Memorial Centre is a model for other sites, such as here at Murambi, where 40,000 souls were murdered in this school, perched on the hill in Chikongoro.
Adutangiye kare batugabanyiriza imbago turumirwa oya humura ntibizongera turarahiye oya humura oya humura oya humura ntibizongera turarahiye abonye ko bidahagije bati nabo wabyaye ntibavindimwe bafite ahandi baturuka uzahamenya oya humura oya humura oya humura